sir.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Prignitz crew, are you ready for your next assignment, sister?
Yes, Elder.
Good. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. And it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
What do these shells do?
The Fat Man launcher is an essential part of the Brotherhood arsenal. It's a miniature nuclear payload, in a man-portable format. A squad of troops armed with one of these is virtually unstoppable. If you ever have the pleasure of firing one, allow me to give you a word of advice. Don't fire one of them in close quarters. There won't be enough of you to bury in a shoebox. That enough to go on?
Consider it done.
Look, I realize you're eager to take the fight to the Institute, but it'll have to wait. The Brotherhood cannot allow those abominations to have a nuclear.
It'll be a pleasure to exterminate that mutant filth.
Now, we have a vertibird on standby, fully armed, and ready to deploy. Use it to carry our message to Fort Strong. And dismissed.
You think the Commonwealth looks bad? You should see the Capitol wasted.
Now that's what I call locked and loaded.
I'll try and keep him in your sights. Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place down and then hightail it back to the Fridwin for repairs.
Found you. No.
Hello? Someone there? Something there?
Huh?
Stupid noises.
Lloyd, must have been.
I hear something. What was that?
I can hear stuff. Was nothing.
Wish a buckethead was shot. Go up. I'd rip it.
That's south. What is it?
Who's there?
Annoyed.
Nice try. Pin him down.
The noise.
That's it, huh?
Negative, they found them.
Suffer!
Switching to search. Think you're clever? Send them back to hell!
Perfect.
Let's show them how the Brotherhood does it!
Hey.
You Brotherhood guys have some serious hardware. Yes? What the hell was that?
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Just get warmed up over here. That's what you want. Keep your shit.
If we find any technical documents, we should bring them to Dr. Quinlan for analysis.
Our vertebrates should use the air superiority.
Oh god, mole rat stick. Really bad idea. Excuse me.
Oh, this frame is driving me crazy. Got like 3 itches I can't even scratch.
You're an inspiration to us all, Knight. Do us proud.
Just fixed a few power armor mods and gave them to Tegan. You might want to check them out. Oh, my list of maintenance fixes keeps getting longer and longer.
Damn ferals. Radiation has a twisted sense of humor. Believe synths are replacing humans with exact duplicates. Makes me sick.
Man, you haven't lived until you picked a Brahmin with a bird. Now that's a shell.
For a laser myself, just a cleaner shot and retrieve that memorable ozone smell.
Target acquired. I'll try and keep him in your sights. Primary target down. Look at that thing bleed. I'm gonna find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Fridwin for repairs.
Quite a bit of trash to pick through here. Searching through it could prove beneficial.
I hear something! Father, you're gone! Spineless! Human! Let's
You never know what you'll find. This area seems to be in disarray. I wonder if this is recent.
Paladin.
Look at this place. You must hate these mutants as much as I do.
Absolutely. Wiping them out was a pleasure.
I wish all of mankind shared your sentiment. These monstrosities are just another example of man blindly taking a step forward, only to wind up stumbling 2 steps back. I've been fighting for years, trying to put a stop to this madness. And just when I thought we were getting the upper hand, along come the synths. I've seen what these super mutants do to people. Can you imagine what the synths would do to us if they ever got the upper hand? It would be Armageddon repeated, and maybe the end of everything that we hold dear. Look, I don't mean to bore you with my rhetoric. I just want you to understand how important these missions are.
Don't apologize. It reminds me why I'm doing this.
Thank you, sister. It's good to know you're taking my advice to heart. Anyway, that's enough of that. What's important here is that you got the job done and secured these warheads. You should head back up to the Prydwen and talk to Maxon. I'm sure he'll want to debrief you. Dismissed.
Paladin Danse.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that.
Sergeant.
Move along, then.
Remember your 3 C's. Cranium, crotch, center mass. Not everything you meet in the wasteland will have all of them. But they're guaranteed to have at least one. Standing. I can see you don't need my supervision. The final rule of my range? No injuries. Anyone foolish enough to get hurt during practice can find their own way up to sickbay. Otherwise, use the range as you see fit.
Station keeping maintained. Thrusters stable.
Adjusting
Elder.
internal ballonet pressure. Green lights across the board.
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
It was a piece of cake.
I'm glad you feel that way, because it only gets more difficult from here. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Where can I get more signal grenades?
I'd use the supply I gave you sparingly. These devices are far more complex than a standard smoke grenade. Should you need more, you should acquire them from Proctor Tegan.
Will the vertibirds stay and help me fight?
I'm afraid I can't spare a fully armed gunship for this task. A standard transport will have to suffice. Of course, nothing's stopping you from using the door gun while in flight.
The best weapon for survival out here is a pocket full of caps.
Signal grenades are usually reserved for our paladins. In your case, you should be grateful that I'm making an exception. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation of the Commonwealth. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's Rico, according to our scribes. The moment that the instant to accomplish, I've had a...
If you have them.
Hey.
You point, I shoot.
Dance.
Do you want to have that talk now?
Of course. What's on your mind?
Thank you. This isn't a formal meeting. I simply want to clear the air. I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot when we first met, and I feel like I owe you an apology. Expecting you to embrace the standards of the Brotherhood without having a history with us was unfair. And given that you've adjusted so well to our beliefs, I don't think I needed to push so hard.
So, there is a human being under all all of that power armor after all.
Sometimes I need a reminder, but yes, there is. When I was an initiate, my sponsor was Paladin Krieg, toughest squad leader I ever served with. He was a model soldier, embodying the values every trainee was striving to achieve. Fiercely loyal, secure in his beliefs, and brave to a fault. From the moment I was assigned to his squad, I was singled out. It felt like he was pushing me harder than the rest of the team. I fought by his side for years, and we had some seriously close calls. But he never explained to me why I was treated that way.
I'm sure every soldier felt the same way.
Maybe. I never got the chance to find out. After I was promoted to Paladin, and I'd moved on to my own squad, I received word that Krieg was killed at Adams Air Force Base. The news was like being kicked in the stomach. I mean, I'd lost some of my brothers and sisters before, but his death, well, it really got to me. It's taken me a long time to realize it. But the reason Krieg was so tough on me is the same reason I'm so tough on you. It's because I believe in you. And I don't want to see any of your potential go to waste.
I'm flattered that you have so much faith in me.
You've earned that faith by your own hand. Well, I've said what I had to say, and I hope that it meant something to you. I trust you'll keep this in confidence, of course. Some of that information was of a personal nature, and, well, I'd like to keep it that way.
Hi.
Damn. That's some serious armor.
Excuse me.
The Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up before you head out. Put two in the head and they'll stay dead. Advice to live.
Don't move.
Oh.
Put your hands up.
Victorian sister. For the Brotherhood.
Excellent.
Hee 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 hee!